Science has long reigned as the field that never stands still. Research, experiments, observations, and analysis have ensured that we are never far away from the newest scientific revelation that could rock the foundations of previous scientific discoveries to their cores. From the weather to ancient history to space, we are always learning, and so the field constantly moves ever forward in the search of the newest discovery. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we will be looking at 3 recent discoveries and what they might mean for those of us watching these developments unfold. Priceless NASA artifacts lost because of poor record keeping. Being at the forefront of space development and making history time and time again, it is no surprise that NASA has come into possession of items, artifacts, and relics of great scientific and historical importance. You would think that this would warrant top-notch security, though apparently this is a weak point for the US government agency. In October of 2018, the agency was evaluated and a report entitled Audit of NASA's Historic Property was published, in which the agency was criticized for the handling of what was described as heritage assets. The official report included the phrase, "A significant amount of historic and personal property has been lost, misplaced, or taken by former employees and contractors due to the agency's lack of adequate procedures." The audit continues to outline the sociological importance of items that may no longer serve a functional purpose and the need to continue to preserve and protect them. One of the items that has been lost by NASA includes an Apollo 11 lunar collection bag. This was said to contain lunar dust particles, and despite the high profile of this item, it went missing. Eventually, it was found to have been sold for $1.8 million. It was taken into the FBI's possession after being found in the home of a man who was once the chief executive officer for the Kansas Cosmosphere and Space Center. It was found in the midst of a criminal investigation, worsening this mishap on NASA's behalf. It was later concluded that the item was then sold at a Marshals Service auction. It was only in 2015 that NASA learned about this lunar collection bag having gone astray, when a buyer from an auction requested the space agency confirm its authenticity. NASA then made a request to reclaim the item, though a judge denied it. The bag was auctioned, and its whereabouts today remains unknown. Similarly, a prototype of a lunar rover was sold to a scrapyard, disregarding the significance of such a creation. Later on, the rover made an appearance in Alabama, in a residential neighborhood. It was an Air Force historian who made the discovery. When they were reached out to by government officials, they were reportedly cooperative and keen to return the rover to NASA. However, dawdling on NASA's part led to the vehicle being misplaced once again. The Inspector General reported that the individual who had found the rover waited for over 4 months to hear back from the space agency before selling it to a scrap metal company. When NASA officials contacted the company in an effort to purchase the rover, the owner refused, acknowledging the value of the item they possessed. It was sold at an auction, though it is not known how much for or who it went to. Following the audit, NASA confirmed to the Inspector General's office that there would be a more sufficient, more accurate process to handle any items of historical significance. This was due to be implemented following the spring of 2020 in May. Whilst still problematic at the time of the audit, in 2018, NASA security has improved substantially since its early days. In the 1960s and 70s, NASA would happily give what would now be considered historical artifacts away as gifts to employees, astronauts, contractors, and the like, considering them souvenirs. Plenty of items from these decades resurface from time to time within auctions, particularly from the Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo space missions. Hopefully, future items will be well cared for, accounted for, and preserved. These artifacts make up our historical progress into space. When these items are missing, so is a part of our history. Moon landing tapes got erased. In 1969, one of the most significant scientific advancements of modern history was made, as man first stepped foot on the moon. Despite the clear importance of such a momentous occasion, the original footage could not be tracked down and was admittedly lost by NASA themselves. In 2005, NASA began to search for the 14-track data tapes that contained and recorded data that was transmitted directly from the moon. When these tapes could not be found, the assumption was that this data had been deleted and the tapes reused after transferring the data elsewhere. This was standard procedure and accepted practice at the time. These tapes included video footage alongside other data collected. On the NASA webpage, theories, criticism, and mania surrounding the sensationalist headlines are addressed, as it is made abundantly clear that this data and information is available and accessible elsewhere. It is only the originals that were not found. The data was related to what was the Manned Spacecraft Center, though is now known as the Johnson Space Center during the mission itself. This, among other locations, recorded the data. There is no missing video footage or other information missing from the Apollo 11 moon landing. However, this questionable cloud has a silver lining, as NASA appeared to be engaged in a battle between the inaccurate headlines of the media. The hunt for the originals overturned higher quality broadcasting containing the video footage. NASA engineer Dick Navska and his team stumbled across this find. He said he and his team was desperate to do something for history if we could. Kinescopes were found to have been recorded at the National Archives, and tapes were uncovered that were sent directly from Houston to CBS. Perhaps not in the original form, but the raw data was archived successfully. Following this successful and relieving discovery, NASA began work with a California company to restore and enhance the original footage, improving the definition and image quality, though this also proved to be a problematic move. With a Hollywood company on board, the rumors that the moon landing was faked, staged, or recorded on a military base grew rampant once again. Navska commented, "This company is restoring historic video. It did not tell me where the company was from." Despite the rich rumors and strange headlines, there does not appear to be missing footage of Apollo 11, simply reformatted and discarded originals. All the information is there. Mysterious shark disappearances. Sharks are some of the most notorious survivors on our planet. Their ancestors can be directly traced back hundreds of millions of years, and, according to National Geographic, they have made it through at least 4 mass extinctions and are older than even the oldest fossil forest. However, as successful as they may be, scientists have discovered that they used to be even more plentiful in the oceans of our planet, and that 19 million years ago, some mysterious event decimated the shark population so drastically that they have never been able to recover. Recent analysis of denticles or shark scales found in fossilized samples on the seafloor has revealed an astounding array of shark species. These samples are abundant and impressively varied in the geological records dating up to around 19 million years ago, after which point the population of sharks in the open oceans across the entire globe mysteriously decreased by over 90%. Considering that sharks only suffered about 30% loss during the famous mass extinction that wiped out the dinosaurs, scientists now know that an incredibly large worldwide event must have occurred to be able to affect sharks so drastically. However, the truly strange part is that an event that large should have left a mark in other places besides just the shark population. But amazingly, nobody knows what that event could have been. There are no other markers of such an extinction in any species so far studied, and the event is not chronologically near any known major climate shifts or major evolutionary changes. And, although the cause of this strange extinction is not immediately apparent, what is clear is the effects that such a dramatically reduced population had on the other open ocean animals. Following the extinction and the immediate removal of such a large portion of formidable ocean predators, an incredible amount of diversity appeared in groups such as fish, whales, other sharks, and even seabirds, who were able to evolve much more rapidly in the absence of a large number of sharks prowling the seas. Alarmingly, it appears that in the intervening 19 million years, sharks were never able to fully recover from taking such a mysteriously large hit, and a study published by Nature has found that the number of sharks in today's modern oceans has continued to fall. Even more concerning, this decline has sped up in recent years, and since 1970, the total number of sharks in the oceans has decreased by 71% and continues to fall. The discovery of the initial hit to sharks all those millions of years ago has just served to underline to scientists the importance of top-tier predators on their ecosystems and how precarious their positions truly are. It is increasingly likely that this majestic and historically incredibly adaptable species will not be able to withstand the effects of overfishing, environmental pollution, and climate change. One thing is certain though, and that is the fact that marine biologists will be actively looking into the results of the mysterious, isolated mass shark extinction and how it affected the ocean ecosystems as we enter the age of several potential mass extinctions. But what do you make of these 3 discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.